Hi, Apostolic Review family. I'm here at Starbucks in Charleston, West Virginia. It's a nice day. I'm drinking, it's called a cortada. And what are you drinking, Brother Martin?
I'm drinking a caramel protein latte.
Nice. So wanted to get a little interview with him and talk about this fantastic resource that he just released. Has it been a week or two?
A week ago today.
I'm gonna ask him some questions, just have a little bit of a discussion about his book. And so let's just get right into this. So what first stirred your heart to write this book? Was there a specific moment, sermon, or burden that would not leave you alone? Is that how it kind of worked?
Yeah. It was in 2023 when we were first moving into our new building at Keystone. Sister Chessor launched the Door of Hope Recovery Program.
Yeah.
And it was just sometime during that year, there was a stint where I was teaching, and I picked up that book by G.K. Beale.
Yeah.
We Become What We Worship.
Fantastic.
And just from there, it just stirred in me. And that one takeaway from that book, his quote, "What people revere, they resemble either for ruin or for restoration."
Yeah.
And just sitting in those recovery meetings and talking about idol worship, it just planted a seed.
Nice.
And I didn't plan on writing a book until after we finished the series with our recovery program.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was almost like a free resource of me being able to teach and gather resources and then start to put it on paper.
Absolutely.
So I give a lot of credit to that.
Well, Sister Chessor encouraged you quite a bit. I know, I remember when you were doing this series that she thought this information needed to get out and needed to be looked at, because I don't mean to skip around, but I do think I want to kind of go down to number 3. I do think that the subject of idolatry is overlooked in the modern church.
Sure.
I mean, what is your thoughts on that? I mean, and if so, how does it show up today in ways that maybe we don't recognize? You know, I've always preached, and you've heard me teach about this, you know, I think we conveniently put idolatry in the Buddha, the statues, and we don't really, I think, talk about it enough, because I don't think the whole foot just in that specific arena.
Right. Well, it's littered all throughout the Bible, Old Testament to New Testament.
Yeah.
And idolatry is simply the worship of creation over creator. And it's obviously important, because the first of the 10 commandments in Exodus 20 is, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me."
Yes, sir.
So God definitely meant what he meant when he said that. And there's this temptation for us to always put creation over creator. And some might disagree with this, but this is from my studies. I believe that all forms of idol worship, they seem to be just like a conduit back to the worship of self.
Yeah.
From the garden.
Yeah, I see that.
And then Exodus 32, the sin of the golden calf, which was Eden on a massive scale.
Right.
Even though there's these objects, it's simply just a conduit to fulfill a selfish, sinful desire. And the Bible even talks about that I believe it's in Romans chapter 1, which sums up Exodus 32, they traded an uncorruptible God for the corruptible image of man, and 4-footed beasts and birds.
Wow.
And and I'll back up here a little bit, whenever we put something before God, it's a devastating thing. Because that one verse, Exodus 20, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me," I've heard it, and I've said it before myself.
Yeah.
Don't put anything above God.
Yeah, right.
But really the language is before.
Very good.
Which is like a relational language.
Yeah.
It's like horizontal.
Absolutely.
Rather than vertical, or don't put something on a pedestal. We can't do that. It's relational language.
Yeah.
So when we put anything, pleasures, performance, popularity, anything that's before God, what we're doing is we're creating that separation.
Absolutely.
We're placing something in between us and our Creator, who wants relationship.
Very good.
And then also, we can't really see through our idols.
That's right.
Our vision of God is skewed.
Yeah.
Because something is before us.
Right.
And we can talk all about that, about how idolatry really blinds you, creates a lot of blind spots.
Now, who was it, Nathan, that you might have brought this out? I'm sure you've said it before, but it's like ringing in the back of my head. I don't remember who said it, but it says basically the heart is an idol factory.
Yeah.
Is there a quote like
I
that
think
out
it was
there?
John Stott.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it was R.C. Sproul.
Right. Yeah, that
The
sounds
heart
like
is an
him.
idol factory.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's not just
So it's
for
quite
the world.
yeah, it's quite practical. So as you were writing, did the message confront you personally? What did God deal with you in your heart during this process?
For me, it definitely was. It forced me to look at how I view my own identity,
Mm-hmm.
and one of those areas is validation and identity through performance.
Wow.
Like I'm defined by what I do
Sure.
and not who I am in Christ.
Yeah.
As I was writing, I was thinking, man, this is convicting me
Yeah.
because our identity should not be in our performance, our possessions, or
Very good.
popularity. It should be in Christ. And so that was something that really did confront me. We've talked about this before too. And this has been in your preaching as of late. There's something to say about judgment beginning at the house of God.
Yeah.
And how correction is supposed to come to the believer from another body of believers.
Yes.
And oftentimes in the church, people get corrected, they get offended.
That's right.
And that really is a form, I think, of idol worship.
Wow.
Worshiping our own opinions
Yeah.
and our own perspective.
Very good.
And so I really do think it opens up our eyes to see this, that without the church,
Yeah.
we have blind spots that will never
Oh,
be
man.
seen and blinders that will always be there.
Wow.
And do we want to just stay blind,
Yeah.
or do we want course correction and
Very
corrective
good.
winds? So,
Very good. Well, I mean, it really sounds like, which I know this about you, when you're preaching as well, that you really bled on these pages. I mean, that's always a very good sign of a quality work, is the fact that you're not just writing about something distant from you, or, sometimes I think even writing can come off a little cynical and maybe jaded, and almost like we're moving ourselves from it and judging somebody else. So that's
Sure.
that's powerful, and what a revelation.